Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Tonight's movie is Trafficked. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. I didn't. I don't know how I found it, but who cares? Ashley Judd is in it, and Jason London. And it's about, I don't know if it's a true story. It's inspired by real characters who were enslaved into a Texas brothel of 3 women. One was from America, one's from Indonesia, and the other one's from Nigeria. Or I'm sorry, India. Nigeria, India, and America. So it's about their lives and the escape that they had to do since they were enslaved into a Texas brothel. So it's about human trafficking. So not a very, fun movie to watch. 4.9 on IMDb. The Rotten Tomatoes, the audience gave it 75%. However, the critics only gave it a 17%. So I think maybe because it's a tough topic to watch, maybe? I don't know. It's an hour and 39 minutes. I'll get into it a little bit here and I'll let you know what I think and give you a better synopsis of what I see. So stick around. Alright. Hey everybody. Time for a quick check-in. We're watching Trafficked. Sorry. 1 hour, 1 minute, and 2 seconds so far through this movie. And I said Jason London's in this movie. He's in it really quick. Patrick Duffy plays a bigger role in this movie, but it's a hard one to watch. So, as I mentioned, it's about 3 women who get abducted and then trafficked to become, women prostitutes. It's terrible. It's awful to see how this happens. And they all have different stories about how they were all taken, but they all end up in Texas at a ranch, at a brothel or something like that, where, he sexually enslaves them to, be there for other men, and their goal is to have 500 men, and then they can leave, which ends up not being true. Spoiler alert, but we're only halfway through, but you got to figure that out. He's not going to let them go. The big surprise for me was Ashley Judd. So Ashley Judd, of every movie I've seen her in, at least, she's the wholesome girl, the nice girl, everything like that. Well, she's the whole mastermind. So the American woman from California, is in what seems to be like an orphanage of sorts, or something like that. A place where there's other kids, but kids without parents, and are raised by sisters and nuns. And her sister is actually there, and so. I think her mother had died and the father was sent to prison, so they're staying there. Well, on her 18th birthday, Ashley Judd goes there, and says, okay, you gotta go, but you're gonna have to go on this cruise and work there, or you can just leave this home because you can't be here anymore because you're 18. Well, it was all a ruse so that she could sell her to into this sex slavery, and she ends up in Texas. And then the Nigerian and the Indian, they have different stories, but very similar, probably a little bit worse, and they meet other people there. It's just sad story. Patrick Duffy plays the sheriff or something like that allows us all to go on at this place. So nothing wrong with the movie. I mean, it's one of the like a B-rated type movie, more about the message than it is about the acting and the cinematography. It's hard to watch, I think, anybody with any soul or, you know what I mean, compassion. This is a tough one to watch, but I'm going to stick with it a little bit here. It's based on true events, so hopefully it all ends out well. I don't know what else to say at this point, so I'll get back to watching a little bit more, and maybe the credits or the last piece of it will be a little bit more energized. I apologize. I'll wake myself up for it, but not easy so far, but stick it out. I'll be back in a little bit. Thanks. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Trafficked. Sorry, not a lot more energy for you here on this one. Like I said, it's a tough movie to watch. The whole point of the movie is to bring awareness to sex trafficking. Spoiler alert, it's rampant. I mean, they had a stat at the end about millions of women get trapped in sex trafficking throughout the entire year. 100,000 of them are from the United States. they said that last year sex traffickers made $100 billion in profits. That's more than Microsoft, Nike, Google, Starbucks all combined. It's unbelievable. And like the average age for these women is 14 years old, so it's terrible. I mean, who wants to do that? I don't get it. Like, you know, I mean, I can't believe that there's a demand for these women who are not interested in doing this. Anyway, one piece of maybe fun information from this was Pedro's in it, from Napoleon Dynamite. You don't see him that often. Maybe you do. I don't. Haven't seen him in a long time. I've seen him in something else, but Napoleon Dynamite, vote for Pedro. Pedro's in this. He works at the brothel, and he's helps the girls. He's trapped himself in a sense. So that was the one shining moment throughout this whole movie. I mean, again, the movie's more about the message than it is anything else, and therefore I'm probably going to give it a 6. Because while it's tough to watch, people should be aware of these types of things. So, would I recommend it? No, probably not, just because of how hard it is to watch. And I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but you know what the message is. You know what this film's about. Make other people aware. At least you watched this review, and I hopefully made you aware of this, so I could save you from this movie, not because it's a bad movie, it's a bad topic and it's tough to watch. So that's it. Sorry, no uplifting message here. Kimmel's Irish Pub. Thanks for tuning in.